Afghans come from a state where there was a civil war. And itong mga nationals na gusto ng Amerika na tanggapin natin dito sa ating bayan as refugees, sinasabi nga nila economic, I think they do not want to use the word refugees when as a matter of fact they are really refugees. Palaro lang ito. It's a question of semantics. You know, when you escape from your country because you're out to be killed or there will be serious retaliation against you, or in this in the Afghanistan there was a change of government and the rebels won. And itong mga tao na sinasabi nila na economic, I forgot the term, economic
migrants.
Migrants. Itong, you know, when we deal in diplomacy, we must deal in good faith. Do not change the status of the term refugees to economic. Kasi kung economic, bakit sila magpunta dito? If they are considered economic migrants, well, kung may pera sila economic, doon na sila sa Afghanistan mag-invest.
Right.
It presupposes that investment, magpunta sila dito economic, that they have something to contribute to the economy. But far from it, actually. It is the convenient way of the United States from saving those Afghan nationals who were working for them when they were in Afghanistan. Alam nila, they know that the rebels would overwhelm the government that the United States was trying to voice na talong. At itong nagtatrabaho sa kanila, obligado sila ngayon na tutulungan nila to provide a safe haven. The problem is these nationals come from I do not want to term it, but from a militant country where there was really a revolution because of the militants there wanted to impose a government of their own. Now, itong mga Afghanistan, we were not part of the vetting or evaluation whether we accept them as refugees or as visitors or whatever. We were never a part of that vetting, evaluate. So how are we supposed to be secure or the interest of our country when we are accepting foreigners that we do not know? Just because that they were working for the United States does not mean that it is a guarantee that we be comfortable in accepting them. Yung iba kasi they might have other reasons such as just aside from being a refugee. But maybe it was a matter of convenience for them to work for the government forces there in Afghanistan. But it does not automatically become a status that you are freed from any ideology, belief, or thinking that is not different from what they have right now. Wala tayong garantiya that they are or were members of the radicals in Afghanistan. For now, who won and are now running the government of Afghanistan. Yan ang mahirap, Pastor. And the contamination cannot be far away. You know that we have an insurgency problem dito. The Muslim insurgency. We have nothing against our brothers and sisters who are Moro. Wala tayong problema dyan. We love them. But yung ideology is different from blood or belief or a shared love for the country. It is an ideology of destruction and killing and bombing. Mahirap yan, Pastor. We might be unconsciously accepting maybe a troubled group of persons. We are not certain, and I do not know how far we were allowed to vet, to assess, to understand who are these people. And the second is, it is not a far-fetched idea that because they are from a state na natalo, they were the former government people there. It's not a far-fetched idea that they would also entertain acts of revenge or whatever that would be detrimental to them, not only to them, but primarily in the country we are hosting, between the nationals there. Hindi natin alam ang dynamics talaga, Pastor. Except we take it as true what the Americans are trying to tell us, that look, these are good people, accept them because they need to have a safe haven. Mahirap yan. I have not really extensive, but in my days in government, from the time I was a prosecutor down to the mayorship, a congressman, then to the presidency, I have dealt with, not extensively I said, but dealt with American guys. I would say that they're purveyors of lies and half-truths. And I myself cannot tell you, as a Filipino now, telling you, the nation, that I will trust the Americans with their word. I do not have that confidence in them. Wala. Hindi ako anti-American, and itong pamilya ko, the Zimmerman, the forefathers came from the United States. Although maybe Zimmerman is a
Jewish
original German word for surname. Hindi ako, pati yung anak ko, si Kitty, was born in the United States. And for that, I am thankful that she has been given the status of an American citizen, because the law there says that if you are born in America, you are automatically, or to a certain extent, be considered an American citizen. Whether or not your father or your mother is of possess other citizenship. or nationalities. Ganon, no? Ako dito sa Amerikano, hindi ako kumpante. I do not like, you know what? If it turns out to be good, then okay. Probably in the years to come, I might apologize to the Afghan nationals. But as of now, we rely only in reference to your characters vis-a-vis with the Americans who are the ones vetting everybody of you, supporting them, the Americans, to go to other countries to seek the right of sanctuary or refuge. Kaya refugees yan eh. Kailan pa ba ako nakarinig na there is an Afghan investor here? So economic, in what sense? Would he contribute something to the country? Maybe the workforce. But how many? Hindi natin alam. There are no guidelines given us about how they are being processed and their applications pursued. And to what extent did our country participate, I said, in the vetting of these foreign Afghan nationals to come to the shores of the Philippines? Relying on America alone, to me, is not good enough. As a matter of fact, Pastor, I would say it's dangerous going. I do not trust the Americans. And maybe the Americans, ayaw rin nila ako. Well, in that sense, it's good. I do not like you, you do not like me. It's a mutual feeling. So, let it remain that way. Para wala, no? Pero kung sabihin mo, I have a personal grievance or a personal whatever interest, not to allow them or to say no, hindi ho yan. I've always believed in humanitarian reasons. But the problem, I said, is they come from a country which America and we, the Filipinos, considered the present government now as terrorist. Maraming terrorists dito. Just because they won by sheer force, nananalo sila, they were overwhelmed the government then. It doesn't mean to say that they are good. That just because they won, they are good people. They are acceptable. You must remember that it was a revolution and they overran the entire country by force. Maybe they were more brutal and more hardened than the other terrorists all around the world. So itong Afghanistan at itong nationals ngayon na Afghan nationals, they come from a country burdened with terrorism. So the Americans' certification alone, which would say that they are really of good moral character, is not enough. Of good moral character does not include your political ideology. Because all people claiming their ideology as good are all of good moral character. Kita mo naman yung China ngayon. Can you safely say now that at that time they were considered by the Americans of good moral character? Pati tayo, because we were puppets or a puppet of government. interest, U.S. government interest.